My name is Keith Olson. I just got a message
Okay.
from an investigator, Keith.
Speaking.
How's it going today?
Good, how are you?
Oh, not very good. I'm trying to put together my final appeal,
Okay.
and I'm alleging Brady violations.
Okay.
Now, the Clinton Township Police Department is lying and destroying evidence.
Okay.
Through a Freedom of Information Act requests, I have uncovered exculpatory evidence, audio files, a series of several audio files from the Clinton Township Police Department.
Okay, so you have the audio files with you?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
So, I was sent to trial, pled guilty and all that, without the benefit of these evidence. I think this is a classic cut and dry Brady violation.
Okay.
So I want you guys to help me get this cleared up and off my record.
Well, it doesn't work that way.
Why
Do you
not?
have an attorney?
No, sir. They're $300 an hour.
You're alleging a Brady violation, but the court has to make the final determination. So it doesn't mean because you have an allegation of a Brady violation that one has occurred. It may have, it may not have. But you have to file the proper motion. Since you don't have an attorney, you have to file the proper motion to the court where you pled guilty, alleging the Brady violation, and have the court review your motion to determine if in fact a Brady violation occurred and what the proper recourse is for that Brady violation.
All right, what
if
do
it in fact occur.
What do y'all plan on doing to start the investigation for the destruction of evidence?
Well, we're not doing anything because there's been no determination of destruction. If the court determines that there's been inappropriate goings on with the Clinton Township Police and the Brady violation, then our office would look into it.
I'm just having a real talk. Go ahead.
Mr. Olson, your first step is to file the appropriate motion and have the court that you appeared in. Who was the judge?
Judge Coretti.
Okay, you have to appear before Judge Coretti with your motion and file your motion with his court.
Can I interrupt you for 1 second?
Sure.
I was told for a 6,500 motion I didn't get to stand in front of court. I just mailed it in and sit around waiting like a dumbass.
Well, I don't know what 6,500, so you're using a term I'm not familiar with, but whatever you were told as to how you're supposed to file your motion, okay, whether it be in writing or in person, whichever you were told, then that's the step, that is the first step in rectifying what you are alleging as to be a Brady violation. The court has to make a determination that it has in fact occurred before anything moves forward.
Okay, why is the Macomb County...
I'm sorry?
Why would the Macomb County Prosecutor's Office help Ronald DeMambro, a baby killer, and not help medical marijuana patients?
I don't understand the question because I don't know how the prosecutor's office helped DeMambro.
Well, the exculpatory evidence. You guys filed his paperwork. He got a court-appointed lawyer.
No. We didn't file the paperwork. His attorney filed the paperwork on his behalf.
Yeah, he got a court-appointed attorney. I don't know.
His was part of the process. I don't know how long ago did you plead guilty?
Mine is part of the process too.
How long ago did you plead guilty?
2012.
Okay, and did you have an attorney at that time?
Yes.
Okay, and who was that attorney?
Nicole Casca.
Okay, have you contacted Nicole and
Yes.
discussed that you uncovered these potential Brady violations?
She doesn't care.
Well, okay, that's unfortunate for you. The Macomb County has a series of lawyers that work and help people in your situation, and they are available online and or through the phone book to see if they would work on your behalf.
All right, great.
Prosecutor is on the other side of the fence, so the prosecutor is not going to help you, as you stated in DeMombro. He had an attorney that filed a motion on his behalf, and the judge granted his motion, and that's the steps that I'm letting you know that you have to take.
I just think it's a shame that this community provides those channels for a baby murder, but not a sick person alleging a crime's been committed against them.
Well, I'm not saying that it does or it doesn't. Okay, it was him having an attorney that allowed that to occur. You haven't either filed the motion on your own behalf or found an attorney to file it on your behalf. So the first step is filing the motion. You haven't done that yet.
Right. All right, and then I have a few other questions. What's the penalty for forgery?
Well, there's a series of penalties, and it depends on the circumstances. So not every forgery occurs in the same circumstance, and there's a series of laws that can apply to forgery.
Could you give me a couple to cite? I'm investigating that, these cops straight up forge these paperworks. It says right in the discovery, they're forged fictitious paperworks. I am actually charging the prosecution with not looking into that and not charging them for that. Could you cite any cases for me, please?
I don't have any cases to cite you on the phone here with a question you posed to me 30 seconds ago. Here's what I'm going to do, Mr. Olson. I have from Macomb County Bar Association as legal aid and the Defenders Association. I have their phone number if you wanted to give them a call.
I guess I could write it down, but I would like to, add that 3 bar attorneys already sold me down the river to the private prisons already.
Well, I don't know anything about that. All I can give you is this phone number, so I don't know what these attorneys did or didn't do, but, this is for legal aid. You said you can't afford an attorney, so I'm providing you a resource for an attorney.
I think most of the people in this community cannot afford an attorney. $300 an hour.
Well, that's neither here nor there. I can only speak for what I'm going to provide for you. So what most people can afford in the county, I can't speak to.
All right, could I have the phone number to the Fourth Reich accomplices bar number that's selling everybody down the river, please?
Okay, are you talking about the phone number I'm going to provide?
Yeah, whichever phone number you got for me to call and press 1, press 2, and call somebody else that doesn't care about me while they're building a new industry on patients' backs in Macomb County. Yeah.
Okay, so Legal Aid and Defenders Association is the name. And the phone number is 877-964-4700.
Okay. Now, who do I contact to start this investigation against the crimes of forgery?
As I said, you have to file the motion. Nobody's going to assist you in any investigation until there's a ruling by the court. You've already been into the court system.
So there's no way for me...
You have to file the proper motion to see if, in fact, that any violation has occurred, and a judge will make that determination.
All right, the Clinton Township, the police department admits freely that they destroyed the evidence. So what are you going to do about it?
Well, nothing. The police departments dispose of evidence all the time once a case has been
They didn't have a court order.
Just evidence has been disposed of doesn't, on its face, mean that it was done. If you're alleging any acts against the police department, then I would go to the Clinton Township Police Department. Then I would go to the state police.
So go to the state police and allege this crime.
Yeah, go to the state police, allege that crime. They are an independent body that would investigate that type of crime against a local jurisdiction, and they would have jurisdiction over throughout the state.
So that is how I would start the investigation, to have the evil David DeMick thrown in prison.
I didn't understand what you said. I'm telling you that's how, if you want the Clinton Township Police to be investigated for the allegations of forgery or fictitious reports, then you need to contact the state police.
Now, does it bother you that, like as a job, you all kind of let baby killers go and kind of string up 10,000 patients a year?
Do you have any other questions, Mr. Olson?
Yes.
Okay, so pose your questions, and my personal opinion doesn't involve that at all. So go ahead.
Okay.
What other question can I answer for you?
The Clinton Township Police Department, under the direction of David DeMick, created quite a few forged fictitious.
Under the direction of who?
David DeMick Jr.
Okay.
He got fired for lying and medical marijuana abusing patients. Now he sprays testicles at the jail. Left a 6-figure job. That David DeMick?
I don't think that's any of that's true. So go ahead.
Well, I do.
Okay.
So anyway.
So what's your question?
I'm trying to get there. You keep interrupting me. So David DeMick and his boys, the Clinton Township Police Department, created about 4 fictitious sets of medical marijuana forged records.
Okay.
I'm saying that accounts for 1 to 2% of all medical marijuana recommendations in the county at the time.
Okay. What's the question?
I'm getting there. This isn't just one of your guys' yes or no questions. So, if David DeMick and them can make fake patient and caregiver cards accounting for 2% of the caregivers in the county, then they use that to attack about 20 people. 10% of the sick, dying, ill, epileptic, cancer, multiple sclerosis patients. So they busted 10% of the program using forged fictitious cards. Is this illegal?
Well, each case would have to be looked at on its own merit, so there's no one size fits all.
Who has looked at my case on its merit, and who should be looking at my case on its merit?
Well, that's what the court system is, and you pled guilty to whatever crime you pled guilty. So, I don't know who else needs to look at it when you pled guilty to some offense.
As a medical marijuana patient, we are automatically, by design of the system, guilty of the crime of possession of marijuana. You know that.
I don't know that to be true, but go ahead with your question.
That's a fact.
Okay.
So who do I report this to outside of the criminal circuit courts?
Why don't you try the Attorney General's office?
Bill Schuette. That is very funny. Can I get a real response, please?
Well, your question is that would be my response to your question. Who's going to investigate the law that was set forward and the fact that you think that everybody is guilty on its face based on the law?
No, I disagree. I'm saying that the Clinton Township Police Department created a scheme where they were 1 to 2% of the medical marijuana population. They used this illegal forgery and scheming technique to arrest 10 to 15% of the patients in the county. Now their paperwork's missing, their audio files are missing, their recommendations, forged fictitious materials, are nowhere to be seen, and everybody just tells me my only recourse is a $300 an hour lawyer or to call Bill Schuette, a real conspirator against us. Now, before Bill Schuette was an attorney general, as a court of appeals, he crusaded. The Medical Marijuana Act allows everything. We must stop it. They make him an attorney general, and he says the Medical Marijuana Act doesn't allow for anything. This is obvious, documented facts that will come out before all this is said and done, and I do charge that I'm being abused under the color of law by your guys' racketeering scheme. So with that being said, who else can I call?
I have no idea.
Could you find out for me, please?
No, because I have no idea where you're going with that question. So I as much as I would like that.
Well, let me refrain it. Bill Schuette gave his word and his oath as a constitutional officer, upholding the Constitution as a court of appeals attorney. He gave his word in public that the Medical Marijuana Act allowed dispensaries, allowed all kinds of transfers, allowed exactly like the voter initiative bill said, allowed registered and unregistered patients to engage in the medical use of marijuana. He told everybody in the whole world that would listen how this act allows everything, it's all willy-nilly, these people can do whatever they want. Now he gets a deal. You be the attorney general. You quash the voter initiative age in Michigan, which he successfully did. There wasn't a voter initiative last time for the first time in 50 years. Now you do that and you get the governorship. So your word is to tell me to attack the one man in the state of Michigan who is entirely responsible for all of the ambiguities, who is entirely responsible for all of the judicial reconstruction, all the lies, who has definitely lied, and who stands to benefit greatly from this under the Dow agribusiness era. So I want to know, do you guys really not know this stuff, or are you going along with it? Because it's just like good cop, bad cop, okay? Everybody tells me there's good cops out there, and I say, okay, well, where's one that's arrested a bad cop? You want to tell me you guys are good prosecutors, good law enforcement? I say you're just working for the attorney general. I say crimes have been committed that y'all ain't doing nothing about. I say you're letting people like Bill Schuette off the hook for Blue Line. I say people like Ronald DeMambro, Maurice Fultz's grandson, are the same benefits of this Blue Line. I say the appeals court does nothing but sanction the illegal acts of cops and rich people. And when I call up to complain and ask what's going on, you'll have no answers for me. You have no one to investigate the crimes committed against me. You have nobody to look into this exculpatory evidence. Nobody to help me with the Brady violation. Nothing. It's disgusting. So I want to know, who's going to look into these crimes against me?
Well, I guess you're not happy with the laws that's set up for medical marijuana after that was all said and done. So my suggestion to you is to contact your legislature. And
I'd like to interrupt you. As a lawyer and investigator, you know damn good and well what happened to the Medical Marijuana Act. The Medical Marijuana Act that the voters initiated is just fine. The criminal conspiracy engaged in by your department all the way up to Attorney General Bill Schuette is a crime, and I want to know who's going to investigate it. There has to be a proper channel for me to have Bill Schuette's actions investigated, besides telling me, call Bill Schuette. This is ridiculous.
I think, well, then contact the governor. How's that?
The governor. All right. Who can I contact in the federal?
Well, then contact somebody in the federal. I guess that's fine.
Who?
I have nobody to lead you to in the federal government to investigate that.
I'm sensing a lot of resistance from you as I attempt to have your boss put to prison.
My boss is, you haven't even mentioned my boss. I have no idea who you're talking about.
Eric Smith works for the Attorney General.
He works for the Attorney General. I guess in a big picture sort of way, he probably does.
Or would you like to break down whatever little shady corporate way you guys like to say?
I would not like to break anything further down with you, sir.
All right. Well, what are we going to do about this Brady violation? I want a hearing.
I already told you.
I'm on my own. You basically told me, save up $300 for a lawyer or go to hell is what I heard you say. I don't know what you said, but that's what I got from it.
If you did that, then you didn't listen to what I told you.
No, that's what I got from y'all. I just don't understand how long you guys think that the community's going to support you while you sit there using our money to abuse us and then not helping us and then letting your tax dollars go to let a baby killer off the hook. How long do you think people are going to support this sham system of justice? You know? Your medical marijuana in Macomb County is a joke. Scott Blackwell just running around killing people, doing illegal searches. Boom. There's 6 cases that went through just like that y'all are full well aware of. And your attitude is let them fight it out in court. Just let them fight it out in court. Yeah, guys, just pay $300 an hour and go to court. Don't get mad at us. Don't call us scumbags. Don't protest down here.
So I just sent a reminder email to them.
Okay, that's fine.
I'm sorry.
No, we're good. Yeah, okay. Sir, I don't know what else to tell you.
Well, I could say that every night when I go to bed, I pray that my oppressors burn in hell.
Okay. Well, I guess that's an option that you have.
That's a lot cheaper than the laws. Maybe that's the great government-religion debate. Back in the day, poor people just got kicked in the teeth and went home and cried about it and prayed to their Jesus. Maybe that's what I need to do.
Well, only you know what you need to do, sir. I've given you options and resources, but apparently you don't want to avail yourself to them.
No, it's just, 5 years of abuse just kind of changes people. You know what I mean? People like me and my family will never support you guys ever again.
Okay.
It's really
You have a good
sad.
day, sir.
I hope the karma doesn't spill over onto your children.